What is happening, everybody? You're listening to the Press Start Radio Show. My name is Xander. This is Ben.
Hello, everybody.
And Andy.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about all your favorite gaming, esports, whatever news.
Games.
Yeah. Just right off the dome, who knows what kind of fun we're going to have today. Games, just games, But I usually like to start off, just talking a little bit about what people are playing these days, maybe some books, some movies, some TVs, whatever kind of entertainment you're consuming. So that usually helps, get that conversation off the ground. So Ben, what are you playing right now?
What am I playing right now? Right now, it's Persona 4. That is 4. Kind of what's been taking over my life. From as soon as I got back to school, I can't play games back home because I don't have like a setup or anything like that. So I got back to campus and I was like, oh, Persona 4. Okay. I'm just going to grind.
For those of the people that don't know at home, and actually, honestly, for me too, what's the genre of Persona?
It's like RPG kind of roguelike game, sort of. It's kind of like Honkai Star Rail-esque. If you've ever played Honkai.
You need to...
Yeah, I
was going to say a lot of
game of the year, like one of the Game of the Year awardee or nominees or whatever. But what is Honkai Star Rail? For those that don't know, you just said
that sounds awesome.
Stuff that is difficult to pronounce.
It's basically just like you're a main character following just like this storyline. It's very story driven. You control there's little battles. It's like a 4v4 battle, and you control like what they do and like who they attack and stuff like that. It's just like a basic kind of
Final Fantasy.
RPG. Yeah, kind of Final Fantasy-esque.
Okay.
Kind of something like that. And yeah, I've just been kind of playing that. My friend Chris got me into it because he's been playing Persona 3 Reload, which is the remake of P3. And yeah, so that's kind of been taking up my time. And then soon to take up my time is going to be probably Destiny 2 again.
Destiny.
For the stars.
Draws you back in.
All right.
Yeah, Andy, they're doing a Star Wars crossover, so you can get some cosmetics to dress up as Star Troopers and stuff.
Yep.
So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Be a Royal Guard or something.
Yeah, sweet.
Or Warlocks. Yeah.
It's one of those live service games that never seems to go away.
No,
yeah.
It's always hanging around, always lingering. Like, all right, what's the next collab we're gonna have to pull in millions of players?
Sure.
For the next 2 months.
Sure. Yeah. Andy, you playing anything these days?
Yeah, when I have time, I've been big into the sports side of stuff for lately. I've been playing a lot of NBA 2K25. I'm get real immersed into the career mode where you create your own player. And, you can earn the VC and upgrade them and all these. It actually is pretty storyline. I won't say intense, but it's better than past years. But other than that, when I'm not playing that and my kids have control of my console, it's Bluey the video game, it's Paw Patrol.
I didn't know there's video games for that.
That is awesome.
Oh yeah, trust me. Eventually your kid will be like, hey, is there a video game for this? And they make you look, and then they find all these games, and they realized my oldest is 5, she'll be 6 in April, and she realized that Game Pass has free games on it.
Oh,
so
boy.
she'll free games to download. So she'll ask me, is there a Paw Patrol game? And I'll be like, I don't know. She goes, well, can you look? And I'm like, okay. And we look at it. She's like, is it free? And I'm like, yes. She's like, can we download it? And I'm like, yeah, but we got to get rid of this one. So yeah, but they'll sit there and she'll play, and my 2-year-old will get the controller that's broken or nobody cares about, and she'll act like she's playing. So she's happy. So
there you go.
It keeps them occupied for at least 20 minutes before they start tearing each other's hair out. So
that was always the difficult thing growing up growing up with a sibling, and we only had one gaming console. It was just we had games that we played together, sure, but it was always right on the cliff's edge of us having fun and fighting.
Mm-hmm. As a middle child, that's very true.
Yeah. When I'm not doing the sports stuff and actually have control of it, I like the new, it's not new now, but still new to me because I haven't had a lot of time to play it. This newest Assassin's Creed.
What's that one called?
I think is it Mirage? I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Mirage. Yeah, I think that is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been ever since Odyssey. I've been really into those. I was into them before, but more so after Odyssey was my favorite. And I've replayed it like 3 times, and but every now and then I'll change up the genre and get into that a little bit. But.
You played Assassin's Creed Odyssey 3 times?
Dang, that's commitment.
Yep.
I played Black Flag, and
Mhm.
I played number 1, and I played Black Flag. Those are the only 2 I've ever played. Number 1 was not a polished Assassin's
Not
Creed
at
game
all.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
And
not at
Black
all.
Flag was so fun, just
Yeah.
being a pirate and sea
It really
shanties.
improved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked like the mythology part of Odyssey. I've always been into that kind of thing, like the gods and stuff like that. I find interesting, so I found that really cool. And Mirage is okay. It's not my favorite one so far, but ever since they've
You only play it 2 times.
ever since they've made the game a little better, since that first one, like you mentioned, I've been into them regardless. So
yeah. I mean, I think 1 was like kind of revolutionary in the historical aspects of it, and then 2 just blew up. And ever since then, they've had like infinite money to make as many Assassin's Creeds as they wanted to.
Exactly.
Always a good time. For me, I've been playing. For those of you that had Game Boy Advances, there was a game way back in the day called Advance Wars, and it was kind of a turn-based, little top-down army strategy game. They came out with like a spiritual successor for the Switch called War Groove. And so they just came out with a second one. And so I just started playing that one, and it's, it's just striking a chord with me. It's something I can just tune into like in between like League of Legends queues when I'm like waiting for the game to start back up or something. You just pop in, take a couple turns, and then set it aside. So those are my favorite kind of Switch games for sure. But we'll have more for you guys when we get back here just after the break. You're listening to the Press Start Radio Show. We'll see you soon.
It's the Coach's Corner with Andy.
Covering Tri-State sports, it's the Coach's Corner with Andy on 92.1 The GOAT.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Press Start Radio Show. My name is Hander. This is Ben.
Hey.
And this is Andy.
What's up? It's causing trouble over here.
Yeah, of course. That's the only way I know how. But we just left off at the break. I was talking a little bit about turn-based gaming and the ability to kind of set things aside. For people like Ben and I, we play a lot of esports titles where it's very player versus player, very high octane, intense. But there is something about having like a mobile game like on the Switch where for me, I've got a lot of craziness going on at the homestead. Got a very young lad running around, and my attention can be drawn away at a moment's notice. So some of these turn-based games really strike a chord for me. Things
Wait
like
till you get to 2.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
Good. That'll be even more fun.
Not only will the game be a challenge, but your life will be a challenge.
And we're adding one more to the mix, so resetting the clock and keeping the 2-year-old.
Yep.
Keeping
them. Yeah, like there's an option.
Yeah, he can stick around, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
First year.
But no, games like card building or deck building games like Slay the Spire, Balatro.
Yeah, I was about to say,
that just came out recently. Got Game of the Year on a number of different esports awards for 2024. Are there any games that you guys like kind of picking up every now and then that doesn't really need a lot of time? You don't need 45 minutes to finish a game or anything?
I mean, like Balatro's kind of that one, like now is just like a very basic like poker card game, but like on steroids, pretty much. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in it, and it's really fun. And then like another game, it's I wouldn't say edgy, but Binding of Isaac is a game that it doesn't take those kind of, or like Hades. It's like pick up Hades. Just those runs. You just like go, you die. Like, all right, you lose all your progress anyways if you do die. So you're just like, all right, turn it off, and then you go do whatever you have to do and stuff like that. So those are nice little filler games that I kind of pick up every now and then whenever I'm bored.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, roguelikes are types of games where they're run-based, so you're almost expected to either finish a portion of the game or end up losing, and your run will finish. But in that run, you'll have unlocked a little bit more of the game as you continue, or like certain items or weapons. And so your next run, should I like ideally be slightly different in some way because you've unlocked more areas, more bosses, more weapons,
get a new
things like that.
character or
Get a
something
new character
like
that has slightly different abilities. So it is a style of game that is just made to be consumed in smaller chunks and keep you coming back forever. I've probably got 1,000 games and 1,000 hours in Binding of Isaac.
Oh yeah.
So, love stuff like that.
Yeah, my brother's girlfriend I think played like 3,000 hours in that, like all the time. I'm like,
a lot of time.
I think she's like beating the game, like everything's unlocked. I'm like, all right, like go for it, I guess. Like good for you, but yeah, I don't know if I'd get to that point.
Yeah,
because that's a lot of grinding. But yeah, she enjoys it.
That's like playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey 3 times. Good Lord, who does that?
That begs the question: what game do you guys think like if you could get an hour counter on it that you spent the most time playing outright?
Man. I would probably pick one of the mobile games I have on my phone.
I didn't even think about mobile games.
Probably. Sad to say, Candy Crush probably, because I could just sit there and play it for hours if I have enough lives or whatever. I keep winning. Yeah. Or there was this game I used to play a couple years ago called I still kind of play every now and then. It's still around, called Clash Royale. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it or not.
I love Clash Royale.
It's so fun. I was really into it with one of my buddies, and we play it all the time. You can build clans and appoint leaders and stuff like that. And my 5-year-old actually enjoys playing it with me. She plays it on my phone every now and then too. So probably those two games are most of my time. Unfortunately, my console games don't take up as much time as my mobile games because they're not as convenient. So.
Right. No, Clash Royale, that's one of those games where I pick it up, I play it for probably a month or two, realize I'm spending way too much time in my downtime just picking up, checking in, unlocking a chest or something, and then I have to force myself to just delete it and like take it completely back off my phone so I know I won't play it anymore. It's bad.
Yeah. Very, very addicting.
Yeah. Ben, what about you?
I was in Clash Royale for a little bit. Not that much. My older brother was more of the Clash Royale like demon. But my game, it's sadly League of Legends.
Oh,
you know, that has taken, if I had a number on it, it would probably be close to like 4,000 hours in League of Legends. I've played that game since 2016 and have not stopped playing it. So yeah, not all Summoner's Rift though. So it's like ARAMs are sprinkled in there, little game modes that aren't like the actual game. But yeah, League of Legends has definitely taken the cake on that one for most hours. And then I think it's Rainbow Six Siege is probably my second. I have like 1,000 or so, I'd say, in Rainbow. So yeah, no, I like that one.
Yeah, that's a little tricky. I mean, both of them are kind of tricky to get into now because Rainbow Six Siege has so many operators, and it's the barrier to entry is really high. Just map knowledge, game knowledge. League of Legends now has 160 champions
plus 162 champions,
each one of them with something different to offer to the game. So
4 abilities,
a little bit of a steep learning curve too. And for me, it's got to be. It could be League of Legends. It could be Clash Royale. It's probably going to be something like Destiny 1 or Halo 3. Halo 3 back in 2007. It was my freshman year in college when it first dropped. And boy, my grades were terrible. Thanks to that game, I fell in love with it as soon as it dropped and put a lot of time into that.
I was going to say, your grades were terrible, but you weren't terrible at Halo. That's for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
That's something to look forward to.
Kids, if you're listening, stay in school.
Please, as a higher education staff, I completely agree with that sentiment. This is the Press Start Radio Show. We've got more for you after the break. We'll be back.
It's the Coach's Corner with Andy.
Covering Tri-State sports, it's the Coach's Corner with Andy on 92.1 The GOAT.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Press Start Radio Show. My name is Xander. This is Andy.
Hey.
And Ben.
Hello.
And how are we doing, everybody? We talked about video games. I kind of want to switch gears here a little bit, go a little bit more into entertainment field. In case people are a little bit unfamiliar with video games, we've inundated them with all sorts of things that maybe don't make much sense to them. Let's talk movies, TVs, stuff we're watching lately. What's got you gripped in the evening when you sit down and you're trying to unwind? What TV shows you watching right now?
I'm a big like if I'm watching a TV show, it's like a rerun of a show.
Okay.
Like your Friends, The Big Bang Theory, stuff like that comes on your normal channels. That they just replay at certain times at night. When we're watching actual shows, like a new show coming out, my wife is big time into the Chicago shows, Med, Fire, and PD.
Oh,
Gotcha.
interesting.
And they just did their crossover show where they put all three together Wednesday
that must
night.
have been a bad event for all three of those to come together.
Yeah, it's usually one big thing, and like they combine everybody. But yeah, we were watching it, and it got cut off because of the sad breaking news of what happened at the DC airport. But we were able to finish it up last night because it was on the Peacock network or whatever you call it, streaming or whatever. So we went and watched it. That's really the only show. We watch a little bit of Masked Singer, guilty pleasure that everybody says they hate, but they really don't. They love it. She just got me into that. So we watch that when it's on. And then, after that, it's usually, after we watch those shows, I usually fire up the gaming console or we watch one of those rerun shows. But other than that, that's really it. I'm looking forward to the new Captain America movie coming out. I'm a big Marvel guy.
True.
That comes out on Valentine's Day.
Red Hulk.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Should be
cool.
Should be interesting. I'm interested to see what they do with it more so than anything. Just because Chris Evans isn't in it anymore.
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie's the new Captain America, so
And he's great.
He is. He's really good.
It's just different, right?
I did not expect it to be him. I thought it was going to be Sebastian Stan's character, Bucky, Winter Soldier. But because I think that's what the arc it follows technically in the comics. Am I correct?
I think so. I think there's two variations. That is like one is Sam and then one is Bucky.
Yeah.
And I think they just were like, oh, let's pick one.
Right, and it's comics. And that's always how it is. There's always
Yeah.
different variations. But yeah, I was taken back a little bit. I mean, at first I was like, oh man, it's not, it's not Bucky. But then I was like, oh okay, it's Sam. I'm cool with that. So yeah, it'll be fun to see what happens. I probably won't go see it in theaters. I'm not a big go to the theater kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that sits in the movie theater and wishes it was quiet instead of everybody chomping on their popcorn and slurping the drink. I'd rather watch it at home. So, but if it's like a Marvel movie, usually I'll go out and support, if it's something I'm really into. So we might try to go see it. Time's a factor as well. As you well know, Xander, kids take up a lot of your time. So
Tell me about it.
Yeah. And you got to arrange somebody to come watch them, and can't take them to the movie. God, good Lord, you take them to the movie.
No, unless you got like big old headphones and it's
right.
It's PG or something.
Yeah, or they're totally doing something like watching something else.
Right. Bring an iPad.
Bring the iPad.
Yeah, right. Let me pay $20 for my kid to come watch something else at the theater. But that's basically the
cheaper
gist of it.
than a babysitter.
It is. That's true. Unless it's your parents and it's free.
Right.
So. Yeah, that's basically
really relate to this part of the conversation.
Yeah, sorry. We do that. Sometimes we get into dad talk. Yeah.
So yeah, Ben, what are you watching?
So my big thing has been the Netflix show The Empress.
I don't know anything about that.
It's about I forget her name now, but the queen of like Austria, of like the empire, like Austrian Empire, and like her kind of role is kind of like historical fiction, but like truth, as like in the like a mix of both kind of aspects. It's just like Downton Abbey. It's kind of like one of those kind of shows, but based off of the life of this queen of Austria and like her life and stuff like that, and how she impacted the empire and the people of the empire and stuff like that.
Cool.
I think there's 2 seasons out right now. I think they're working on a third. At least I hope they are, because they didn't wrap it up yet. So there better be a third season. It's really, really cool, aesthetically pleasing. The design and everything is really good. The acting is good. It's in like Spanish, so like they have dub over, so like the lips don't match up, which is kind of fun.
You're not watching it. You're watching with dubs, not subtitles.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you prefer?
I like subtitles more.
And they don't have subtitles?
Not on Netflix. I don't think they have an option for that. So
sound right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't look into it too hard. I hit play and I went, all right, this will have
cool.
to do. Roll with it. But it's a pretty good show. I like it a lot. I would definitely recommend it.
I will say something about like foreign language shows is I do prefer subtitles, but I can't look at my phone, which I like to do sometimes when I'm watching a TV show because I have to stare at the screen to know what's going on.
You have the auto translate in your brain, like I think that's what they said.
Yeah, too many things going on at once for me too. I agree because I'm a phone looker too. While you watch the show, while you watch the show, you're watching it, but you're not watching it. Yeah,
right, exactly. No, I've been watching a little bit of. I just started season 2 of Silo, which season 1 was phenomenal. Season 2 is great. I've been watching. We just got done with Shrinking season 2, which is Jason Segel, Harrison Ford, some of the big hitters in that, and that is absolutely beautiful, hilarious show that I highly recommend. We just started season 2 of Severance. A lot of season 2s in my life right now, and Severance, of course, Apple TV just knocked it out of the park with that one. Adam Scott.
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh yeah, it's Adam Scott.
Crazy good writing. Yeah, it draws you in. I'll tell you what. But yeah, I mean that's about it for me, and I guess I just need to get done with all these season 2s, and then I can go back to Survivor, which is my comfy place.
There you go. We were big on the show You, if you remember that, but we're way behind on it. So eventually we'll catch up to that. I think there's like 4 seasons now, right, or something like that.
Probably.
And we're into like the second, so that's on our list to look into. But,
yeah. Well, this has been the Press Start Radio Show. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Bye.